Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Samantha and I am a 26-year-old who lives in Ontario, Canada, and I just recently had gastric bypass surgery. I have been taking you guys through my surgery process and the days and weeks leading up to surgery, and today I wanted to mix it up a little bit and do a video in the here and now. Present day, right where we are, right where we sit. I was thinking the other day about all of the things that I wish that I knew before surgery, or things that I think are really great to know before you have weight loss surgery. So before we get into today's video, I just wanted to say thank you and welcome back to all of my returning subscribers, and also welcome if you are new. If you haven't already subscribed, you can go ahead and do that and click the notification bell so you can be notified when I post new videos. I am putting new videos out every Monday, and I'm posting a lot of content on my Instagram. I'm actually doing a weight loss surgery photo challenge right now on my Instagram for the month of August. So if you want to go and see some behind the scenes footage of my day-to-day life, you can go on over and see that there. So this is going to be things that I wish I knew before I had weight loss surgery. The first thing is a really weird thing and something that a lot of people might not think about, but how hard it really is to get rid of old clothes. For anyone who is in a situation like I have been, where you have tried to lose weight pretty much your whole life up until this point, on different diets, tried different programs, you lost some weight, you put it back on, you lost some weight, you put it back on. If you have been yo-yoing the way that I have been yo-yoing with my weight for my whole life, then you know how difficult it is to get rid of old clothes. It is so scary because you've been through it before, where you get rid of something and then you put the weight back on and you think, damn it, I wish I had that shirt that I actually felt good in, that actually would have fit me at this point, but I gave it to Goodwill or wherever you donated it to, or threw it in the garbage or burned it or whatever you wanted to do with it, because you thought that that time was going to be the last time, but it wasn't. The second thing that I wish that I would have known going into weight loss surgery is that my body would feel really subtly different. That the changes that you feel are not always right up front and in your face. I notice my feet don't hurt after an entire day of work, or an extended day at work, or an extended day of walking around and shopping. My breathing has improved so much. I can't explain to you how weird it is to not have to worry about wheezing all the time, or breathing too heavily, or coming up a set of stairs and not struggling to breathe afterwards. It's very weird. When you've lived with that your whole life, you notice things like that. The third thing that I wish I knew before I had weight loss surgery is that hair loss is real, and not in the way that you might think. So I'm not pulling out clumps of hair, but it's very gradual and very consistent. It has just started to slow down now for me, and my hair is starting to feel a little bit thicker and a little bit healthier, but that only started happening at about the 6-month mark. The fourth thing that I wish that I knew before I had weight loss surgery is that you can be full and hungry at the same time. I didn't really have the knowledge of something that's called head hunger. In my head, the way that I have explained it to myself is that it's very similar to phantom limb disorder, which is what happens when someone who's lost a limb believes that they can feel pain or sensation in that limb even though it's not there. So the fact that part of my stomach was basically amputated and just moved to a different area where it doesn't do the same job anymore, I feel like that's a pretty close comparison. It's phantom hunger pains. Sometimes you'll have just eaten dinner, or you'll have eaten dinner like an hour ago, and then you're like, oh my god, I'm so hungry right now, I feel like I'm starving, but you're not. It's a really difficult habit to get out of, overeating, and It doesn't happen overnight, and even when you think you're making strides, you can still have a day where you fall back. The next thing that I wish that I knew, which goes hand in hand with the phantom hunger pains is that it is normal and it is natural for you to feel physical hunger after surgery. There is a part of your stomach that stores hormones which create the feeling of hunger. Most bariatric surgeries will include a way to either minimize or try to bypass those hormones completely, and that can get really messy, especially mentally. You get so in your head about it and you think, I'm not supposed to be hungry anymore. This was supposed to stop. What's going on? Did the surgery not work? Have I stretched my stomach? It's totally normal, and just a reminder that if you have had the surgery, your stomach is like the size of an egg, so it's gonna be normal for you to get hungry even every couple of hours. The next thing is that sometimes looking back is really hard because you can see where you were at in those moments of life, or because it's so weird to look at a picture of yourself, even a picture that you may have seen a million times before, or that you had as your profile picture on Facebook, or that you loved that picture before, and you look at it now and you think, I don't think I ever looked like that, because it's so hard to gauge. I look back at old pictures sometimes and I've literally said to people, I feel like I looked like a monster. Like, I feel like I did not ever look that way, because when I was that size, I didn't realize how big I was, and I didn't realize how unhealthy I had gotten. And that's really scary to me, because I thought that I was doing okay. Number 7 is that the foods that you think that you'll miss after surgery are not always the foods that you do end up missing. I was really confident that my heart was going to be broken, that I was never going to eat a cookie again, or that I was never going to eat sushi again. It's so weird how stuff like that really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, because you're probably not going to want to eat that stuff afterwards anyway. You have a process that you go through where you pretty much learn what foods work and what foods don't, and you know, if rice bothers your stomach, you probably don't want to eat sushi because of the way that it will make you feel. If really high sugar content bothers your stomach, cakes, cookies, tarts, stuff like that, you're probably not going to want to eat anyway, so it doesn't matter. You will find new favorite foods. Something that I really wanted to focus on was that I'm not living to eat, I'm eating to live. So the foods that I have found that are now some of my favorite foods are foods that keep me going, are foods that give me energy and protein and keep me fulfilled throughout the day, so I can go on and do things that I was never able to do before. The next thing that I wish that I knew, which is a really hard lesson to learn, and I learn it about once a week, is that stalls happen and that the scale is not always your friend. I have to remind myself constantly I shouldn't be weighing myself every day, obviously. Even every other day is a little bit too much. I try my best to restrict myself to only weighing myself once a week. Next thing that I wish that I knew is that not all advice is good advice, and not all advice is meant for you. So you need to make your own informed decisions on how you're going to move forward in your surgery journey. Another thing that I want you guys to know is that you should be prepared for someone in your life to be jealous of you for having this surgery. And unfortunately, after going through the pre-surgery process, I realized that I was that person for some people. Before I learned that it was something that I was actually able to do, I was so jealous. There was a point in my life when 2 people that I was close with ended up going for the surgery, and I can honestly tell you that the way that I was feeling came across in my head as betrayal. I would have told you 100% that I felt like I was being betrayed by my friends, that them bettering their own lives in some way affected me. The reason was because I was jealous, because I wanted to have the surgery so badly, because I wanted to lose weight, because I wanted to be healthy, but I didn't know how to go about doing it. So I was jealous and I was scared and I was upset, and I felt like everyone else in my life was excelling except for me. And the first video that I posted on this channel about my weight loss surgery was the night that I finally broke down and started asking all these questions and doing all this research, and I realized that it was something that I was able to do. And that day, my life changed forever. I made the decision that night, I filmed that video, and I put it out into the world that that was something that I was gonna do, and I did it, and I'm really proud of myself for doing it. But as I said, I just want you guys to be prepared that there are people in your life who are going to be jealous of you, and those people will show you their true selves one at a time. And it's not always easy, and it's not always the people that you think it's going to be, and that can really hurt sometimes, but it's not a reflection of you. You are not betraying anyone, you're doing what you need to do. I do advise you being patient with them as well. It just may be emotions for that person coming to the surface that are really, really hard to digest. And the last thing that I want you to know before weight loss surgery is that you need to make this decision for you and only you. That was something that was really important to me. I made the decision on my own. My boyfriend didn't tell me that I needed to lose weight. He loved me the exact way that I was, and he loves me now. My family didn't tell me that I needed to lose weight. They loved me the way that I was, and they love me now. My friends didn't tell me, my coworkers didn't tell me. Nobody told me that this was something that I needed to do. I made that decision on my own, and I'm so happy every day that I did, because it just made me fight harder for myself. You have to do a lot of research, and you have to figure a lot of things out for yourself, because no one else is going to do it for you. You have to jump through the hoops and read the books and do everything that you need to do to have the best information to use this tool the way that you want to use it. So that was a combination of things that I wish I knew, I want you to know, and that I'm glad that I did know before I had weight loss surgery. If you guys want to follow along with my journey and see when I post new videos, as I said before, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. And if you have any requests, questions, or video suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. I am totally open to any kind of content you guys might want to see, so just let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next Monday. Bye guys!